But Jason, what should I be selling? Stick around. I'll show you exactly what you should be selling to make a ton of money in your online business. Hey there, enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again, and in this video, I want to talk to you about why you should be selling digital products. That's right, why you should be selling digital products. All right, so we're just going ahead and getting right into it, right? There's no fluff behind this, there's no mystery. If you're asking me what should you be selling online, I've already given it away by way of the title. I want to talk to you exactly why you should be selling digital products in your online business in this day and time, and as far as I'm concerned, for the rest of time, and I'm going to give you the exact reasons here and now. Now, the reason I want to spend time on this topic is because I regularly get, and I regularly have received tons of questions about, Jason, what should I be selling online? And to be honest, it's a fair question. There's a lot of different things out there. There's a lot of different noise. There's a lot of different topical information out there that exists as far as what you should be selling online. And if you think about it, thankfully, it is a good problem to have, right? The idea that you now have a little bit of confusion because there's so many opportunities and so many different things that you could sell by way of the World Wide Web. What should you choose? It is a good problem. And the reality is there is profit in all of it. I'm certainly not going to be the one who's going to rain on your parade, right? There's a ton of things that you could be selling out there. You could be selling widgets of some kind. You could be selling t-shirts. You could be selling technology. You could be selling, all manner of different products and services. And whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it, right? Far be it from me to tell you what not to do, right? I'm just not going to do that. You're a grown-up. You're an entrepreneur. You have to own it. So go ahead and do whatever you think is going to make you happy and whatever you think is going to be profitable, as long as you can make it so. With that said, though, if there's one thing that I would strongly recommend and drive home to everybody, it is this thing of selling digital products. Sell stuff online and make sure that that stuff represents something that is digital. And when it comes to digital products, there's really a myriad of different things that really comprise what a digital product could be, right? There's informational products, right? Courses and ebooks and so on. But there's also software. There's also consulting. And if you put your mind to it, there really is no limit as to what you could think of in terms of digital products, right? It just has to be that, a digital product that is fulfilled online digitally. That is through the internet and the internet only, right? It is a digital product. It is not tangible, but that doesn't mean that it's not as valuable. I would argue that it can be much more valuable if you want to go ahead and think about it that way. The other thing to consider is that anyone that you're looking up to right now, anyone who is succeeding online, I can almost promise you, beyond the shadow of any doubt, that they're all promoting a digital product of some kind, whether it's something that they created themselves or something maybe that they're selling on behalf of someone else. I promise you, the digital revolution is here, it has been, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Let me give you 3 main reasons why you should be selling digital products in order to absolutely crush it in your wildly profitable online business. Let's get started right now. Number 1, and probably the most important reason, is high profit margin. Digital products have an incredibly high profit margin. And that's why, again, why I say it is the most important thing. We are in business to make money. We're in business to make a profit. And the idea that you can start selling a product that gets you in profit very, very soon, as opposed to a little bit down the road, is absolutely incredible. And it's paramount to your success in this business. It's going to do so much for you as an entrepreneur and boost your morale and your confidence and your energy in a way that you've never seen before, simply because you know that you have achieved what it takes a lot of traditional business owners almost a lifetime to achieve. When I was younger, I remember my family being involved in a joint venture with another family, and they were very close to us, and they started a restaurant, and it was going to be the talk of the town. Everyone was so excited to start this restaurant. It was going to have our unique catering and our unique menus to our unique type of cuisine, and it was all the rage. And none of us had any clue as to what type of brutal business the restaurant business is, right? And I remember the business advisors at that time sitting there and telling all the grown-ups, listen, if you can survive your first year, that's going to help you a lot in knowing that you can build your business to profitability later on. And I never forgot that. That stuck with me, because basically the people who were in charge of helping these people were telling them that first year was about survival. Never mind profit, never mind making money. It was about just surviving. Like, the idea is that you had to survive your first year. And yet when you contrast that with selling digital products, it's not about survival. You can be profitable in a matter of days and weeks, as opposed to years and years and years. And you think about that. And one of the main reasons why that's made possible is because of the insanely high profit margin. And the reason for it, again, is due to the fact that it's inherently high profit in nature, because it's a digital product. There's very little overhead costs. It's not like you have to go and mine material out of the earth. And also not like you have to create the insanely large workforces of manpower to put together some of these products. A lot of these digital products you can create by yourself because they're informational products, right? Or they're based on education and information. So when you think about about that. The profit margin is insane, and that is why I cannot drive this home enough. If you're not selling digital products, you're leaving a ton of profit on the table. And as an entrepreneur, that is something that you do not want to do. If you want to be in profit sooner than later, sell digital products. Number 2, low barrier to entry. Low barrier to entry, right? Barrier to entry is one of those dynamics that no one wants to talk about in the online marketing space. And yet, if you're going to treat this thing like a real business, you have to familiarize yourself with what that means. Everyone who wants to get started in business needs to consider what the barrier to entry is and what it looks like for them. And the barrier to entry often is associated with costs, money that you have to come up with, but also time that you have to put in and obstacles that you need to overcome. When it comes to digital products, I can promise you all of those things, while they may exist, they are slashed in half, if not by 99%. And I mean that with no exaggeration. That really is what it comes down to. The cost to get started selling digital products online is minimal. And I mean it is at a fraction of the cost in comparison to the amount of return that is promised to you and that you can realize if you actually follow the course that is laid out before you. If you actually fulfill on the commitment of what it's required, I can promise you, you can be in profit very, very quickly. And when you consider that, it doesn't cost much, right? Let's take one of the offers that I'm promoting right now, right? Doing very, very well with it. Everyone's enjoying it because it has a really low barrier to entry, right? Financially and time-wise. Financially, there's different packages that you could come in at. They're information-based and implementation-based. Some are at a few $100s level, and some is, closer to $1,000 level. And yet, when you consider that if you were to remarket the program and you sell it, then automatically you've recouped your cost, you've got a return on your investment, and everything after that is 100% pure profit, right? Consider that. And then on top of that, the time to get set up in doing it, everything from your business formation to creating your assets and systems, you can be up and running in a day, right? Literally one day, if not hours. And within a day's time, you could be remarketing and putting out actual marketing pieces out there that is bringing you leads and sales. And because of the automated system that's in place, again, you could be profitable by the end of the day. While I can't promise this and say that results are typical, the reality is people are seeing results like this regularly, right? And that's not unique to this one opportunity, although this one opportunity is absolutely crushing it right now, but it is unique to this industry. This is the power of when you sell digital products. Doesn't take much to get started financially, doesn't take much to get started time-wise, and also one of the bigger dynamics that you need to consider in terms of barrier to entry is prior and previous experience, right? When going back to the example I was speaking about earlier, when my family got started with that other family trying to launch a restaurant, neither one of the families knew what they were doing. They just had a dream and a passion, and it was noble and it was well intended and it would have been beautiful, but it wasn't enough, right? They didn't have the experience to make it happen. And in that particular business, although you could succeed if you didn't have experience, it certainly helps to have that. When it comes to selling digital products, a lot of these are based on systems that are in place, that are previously created, and you just need to plug into them, thereby eliminating almost all of the necessity for previous experience. Now, it certainly helps if you know your way around technology, if you know how to type and attach emails and can click a few buttons here and there, but the reality is you don't have to have a wealth of experience behind you. And I would argue that some of the people who do exceptionally well at this, a lot of them are better off if they've not done anything before. And I think the reason for that is because it's easy for them to plug into a system and just duplicate what is brought forward to them and what is taught to them. And if you're willing to do that, you can absolutely crush it. So yeah, barrier to entry, it's almost non-existent when it comes to selling digital products. That's why it makes sense to do it. Number 3, and finally, ease of fulfillment, okay? Ease of fulfillment. And this is huge to any entrepreneur for one main reason, and that reason simply is happy customers, right? Happy customers. It pays to have happy customers. And one way to have a happy customer is not only to provide great value, especially in comparison to the amount of money that they give you, but also is to be able to fulfill on that value in lightning speed and in record time, and it makes them happy. And that is one of the main beauties of digital marketing. Again, I'm not here to rain on anyone else's parade, all right? I'm not here to dump on any other industry or any other thing. But let's take e-commerce for a second, right? And let's call it whatever you want to sell. Supplements, clothing, whatever you want, technology, computers, whatever you want to call it. The reality is if someone buys a product from you, let's say you have your own Shopify, you have your own e-commerce setup, or maybe you're doing the traditional affiliate marketing where you're providing links out there and people are buying these products. How long does it take for them to get the product? It takes days. right? If not weeks. And during the holiday season and other busy seasons, kind of like we're in right now, sometimes it can take longer. And when that happens, sometimes you also run certain risks, like damaged product upon delivery, right? All of these things are real, whether you want to admit it or not, right? And I've been in these businesses. I can speak to this from experience. When it comes to digital products, you literally have none of that, right? When it comes to delivering and fulfilling on a digital product that is bought and sold, the delivery is immediate, right? Nearly instantaneous. The person pays for the product and then they go to a link that has a members area or a download center and they're receiving their product immediately, right? And we're talking about first quality products that are put on by people who really put a lot of time into that, production value, whatever it is, it's all there digitally. There is such beauty and such power in this dynamic. Do not take this for granted. Think about how much happier the customer is when they know that as soon as they give the money, they're getting their product, right? If you've ever been on the receiving end of the bad side of the previous example I gave, maybe you bought something online, you waited days to get it and it came damaged, right? Or it came missing something. Is there any greater disappointment? No, not really, right? Except for maybe the further disappointment and frustration that comes when you're trying to deal with it after the fact. You call the hotline and you try to get a refund, or maybe you're trying to get an exchange. No one wants to take the time to do that. No one wants to go through that. You know what people want? People want to get what they pay for. And when people get what they pay for, they're happy. And when they get more than what they paid for in terms of value, then they're really happy. You know what that turns into? That turns into another happy customer, because that person refers a person who refers a person, and you have more and more money coming your way. This is an amazing dynamic. Do not discount this thing of ease of fulfillment. And when it comes to the ease of fulfillment thing, I'm telling you, digital products are unmatched. There you have it, my friends. I trust this was helpful to you, quick and dirty as per usual. Let me know in the comments now which one of these is the one that spoke the loudest to you and the one that you're going to focus on in terms of your future marketing going forward. Now, you know what to do. Make sure you give me a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Also, let me say, you've been hearing me talk about this really cool offer that I'm a part of, and we are absolutely crushing it online with our digital products. Our community is on fire right now with all types of successes. And here, heading into the holiday season and the end of the year, now's a great time to plug into something like this so that you can have the best Christmas and the best holiday season, the best end of the year ever. Link below if you want to go ahead and take part of that. I look forward to helping you out. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Take care.